Okay, we are live with another WWE Raw and Tough Enough review on this August 11th, 2015. I'm your host Tony with my co-host, as always, the bizarre one, Dave. How you doing tonight, Dave?
I'm awesome.
And my other co-host, Justin. How you doing tonight, Justin?
I am doing good.
All right, well, we will touch on both Raw and Tough Enough tonight, where we saw another elimination. I think this one was a little bit more. Guess can't really say it was more controversial than last week, but it was definitely a person I don't think that should have gone home quite yet. But that's here nor there. Let's touch on Raw first, where we got another Seth Rollins opening promo. Pretty much just saying that I guess really that John Cena hasn't answered his challenge yet, and that John Cena should pretty much hand over the United States Championship. Uh, kind of poked fun at John Cena, put like a little face up on the Tron, and uh, mimicked him. I can't remember exactly what he actually said, but I know it was not good. Um,
It was hilarious.
yes. Cesaro ends up interrupting Rollins, pretty much saying that he should be challenging him for the title. Out came Kevin Owens, which then out came Randy Orton. Um, Triple H did end up coming out because Rollins said one. I think this was kind of a maybe a teaser or a hint that maybe this match may happen soon, where he said that he doesn't care about what the authority thinks, which did not fare too well with Triple H. Triple H then came out uh, and made a triple threat match with Owens, Orton, and Cesaro, and the winner would take on Rollins for the World Championship at the main event on Raw tonight, or last night. I'm sorry. So back to back weeks with the world title on the line. I know I tweeted out before the show started, or maybe during the show, that I hope maybe Rollins did another open challenge, but this is pretty good. I can't complain about a triple threat match and the winner going to face Rollins for the title. We'll start with Dave first. What did you think about the opening segment of Raw? And yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I mean, little stuff that I can remember Rollins said was like, like he has a new, just never give up, never, what was it? Something like that. Never, I can't remember what his catchphrase is.
you
But he said
can't
something
see
like,
knee. You can't see knee or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
never give up, and that his three things, talking about rehab,
Oh right, yeah.
rehabilitation, and something. I mean, it was just funny. I mean, talk about going to tough enough to sign a contract to try to join. I mean, just hilarious stuff. And just to see Owens and Cesaro come out to Seth Rollins, just as a Ring of Honor fan, it was really cool to see those three guys starting off all like that. I mean, Owens and Rollins would have been an awesome main event, but of course, heel versus heel. But I mean, still a great opening segment, really entertaining, and shocking we got a world title match 2 weeks in a row. I mean, that's kind of, I'm loving this month of Raw, of August. I mean, ever since we got to the road to SummerSlam, it's been huge. It all started with Cena's broken nose.
Right. Justin?
Yeah, I thought the opening was pretty good. Him making fun of John Cena, and then when he first said, Cena was going to be on via satellite, I was thinking back they were doing it with The Rock. They were making fun of that. But
I thought that was hilarious. So, yeah, because the whole
yeah.
Cena thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking about. And then he his little mouth came in, and he was saying like "yabba dabba doo," and was doing his like little theme song.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah, that was funny.
So he was basically saying, Cena hasn't answered his call, blah blah blah. He doesn't want to fight him. Then, like as we saw, Cesaro came out, and then he says he wants a title shot. Then Owens interrupted them both. He wants the title shot. And then, out of nowhere, which I was surprised, Randy Orton came out. I don't see where he was going to fit in that deal. But he came out. And then he was saying, he don't care what the Authority thought or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Triple H comes out and makes the triple threat match for tonight. So, the opening segment was pretty good. And I don't know if y'all caught it, but Rollins called them both jerk-offs, which I thought was kind of crazy. It's PG-13, and he called them jerk-offs. So I was like, okay, that was kind of weird. But, yeah, it was a good opening segment. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
You definitely see tension between Rollins. Well, not too much, but it's getting there between Rollins and Triple H. And I definitely see a match somewhere down the line with Rollins and Triple H. It's got to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at WrestleMania. I think it happens at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, we also had that when Owens came out, he said, well, I have it on good authority that I should get the title shot,
Yeah, he put that little deal in, yeah.
That thing where Owens becomes the new authority head, unless this push is completely down the drain. And a lot of people blew up when on Twitter when Orton started called Owens fat and stuff like that. They're like, oh, there goes Owens' push. He called him fat.
They were saying that that's a dig from the people in the back. That's why he said
right.
Supposedly.
I mean, that's part of Kevin Owens' persona, and if you have a problem with his weight, then you shouldn't have signed him in the first place. That's my opinion on it. But
I think that comes from Vince, honestly.
It could be coming from Vince, but I don't. I mean, it just kind of like throws me off guard how Triple H sees so much in certain guys and
exactly
brings them up, and then they automatically just get crapped on by Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and those type of guys. That I just wish that. I mean, I don't want Vince McMahon to die or nothing, but I just wish that Triple H would take over wrestling, take over WWE. Because
well, always doing NXT. I mean, that is the hottest thing on right now. Indies, period. I mean, that's bigger than anything on the Indies right now.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but I mean, like in the bigger picture, I just wish. I don't understand like what Vince doesn't see in certain guys, and then Triple H does. I mean, I guess Triple H gets it more, and he's not living in the past and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, Triple H is one of the guys too. I mean, he knows what these guys can do.
All the hard work they put.
Vince doesn't get it. I mean, we all agree that we've said this for months and months. When we watch these NXT takeover shows, why doesn't Vince get it? I mean, because these guys, when they tore the house down like a week before, Wednesday night before one of their pay-per-views, and they outshined those guys on the pay-per-view.
Like, my thing is this, like, unless Vince McMahon is going deaf, he's got to hear the pop certain NXT people get.
Exactly, he has to.
Like, I mean, they get it with the Divas. I'm not gonna lie, but that's more of a Triple H and Stephanie McMahon project. It seems like whoever Triple H brings up, it doesn't seem like it's good enough in Vince McMahon's eyes, and that you have Kevin Owens here coming off. He just joins the WWE. I mean, not WWE. Joins the main roster, I should say. He's still the NXT champion, and he's over as can be. But yet
beats John Cena first match.
Yeah, he beats John Cena the first match, and he doesn't win another match after that against him, which I don't understand why. I mean, why tease the fans of something that could be something new and something good? And then later on say, you know what, I take it back. He doesn't fit our persona, or he doesn't fit what we want a certain wrestler to look like. I mean, then why even sign the dude? Why even sign these guys that are, a little bit bigger than you other guys, or not normal? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, why waste the fans' time to give fans false hope? Mm-hmm. That's my thing. Like,
I mean, look at Bray Wyatt, another thing too. I mean, he's hot and looking great one minute, and then he's kind of stale, and then he's hot again, and then he's stale. I mean, And you look at Ambrose as another great example of the whole situation. I mean, he's not even hardly getting used. We're lucky he's even on SummerSlam.
Well, to me, Bray Wyatt, his character is kind of lamed out now. I think he needs. He's lost so much. It's like
Maybe
whatever.
like branding, something like that.
And Kevin Owens has lost a lot of weight since he's been in the WWE.
I'm sure he has. I mean, I'm sure he has. And who cares if he weighs, a certain, if he doesn't show a certain image that you want him to show. I mean, the damn dude can wrestle, and he can
For
go
what he
on
does,
and,
how he looks, he does incredible stuff.
it doesn't matter that he weighs
Yeah, look at
however
Dusty.
much he weighs.
I mean, he was one of their biggest stars ever. And he wasn't no muscle builder, bodybuilder guy, and he was over as hell. He wasn't a great wrestler either, but he was over with the crowd.
Yep.
Owens is a great wrestler.
He's great.
And
he's over. Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't get. Like, why give us fans such false hope?
Like a taste and then take it away.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's kind of like expected already. That like before this even Kevin Owens thing happened, like you could like Rusev was like the prime example of what was going to happen to Kevin Owens.
yeah.
And it's the truth. Kevin, to me, Rusev is good. I mean, I like Rusev. He may not be the greatest promo giver in the world, but the damn man can go in the ring, and I think that's what really all that matters. Oh, did we freeze?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. It shouldn't matter how much you weigh and if you're attractive or if you have a six-pack or, stuff like that. Who cares? If you're over with the crowd, I think that's all that really matters.
Yeah, if you can cut a promo, if you can wrestle in the ring, if you can, do all that, you should be good.
It just seems like we get too much false hope. And, I
think Kevin Owens is still, because the crowd is still so behind him, I don't think they can hold him down for much longer anyway. I mean, they keep making him lose, though. But it's driving me crazy. I mean, he hasn't won a match, on a pay-per-view since he beat John Cena. And that was, Elimination Chamber, his first match, big match, and that was months ago.
Yeah.
He lost to Balor. He lost to Cena.
He's about to lose again to Balor, too. So.
And then if he wrestles Cesaro on SummerSlam, if that happens, he'll probably lose to Cesaro.
Right.
Because nothing against Cesaro, but Cesaro is really hot right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And a great momentum behind him. So it's like Kevin Owens is being kind of pushed back.
Right.
And that's what's really, it doesn't make no sense. And Triple H is fighting like crazy, probably just to keep Rollins as champion.
Yep.
But let's continue, because I don't want to go on too much of a tangent on this. We could talk about this for hours. But the next match was a six-woman tag match between Team Bad and Team Bellas. In my honest opinion, this match wasn't the best match that they've had since they've shown up. This is probably the worst. Things just seemed off, with Tamina.
Lance Storm said it on Twitter that when you have views on commentary, it takes away from the match, and it kind of did, and I agree with you. The match wasn't that great. It was okay, but it wasn't great.
Right.
But the crowd was hot for the match. It reminded you of almost Attitude Era crowd. Because they were going crazy.
Yeah, we want Sasha chants were pretty good.
Yeah. And NXT chants. You got some of those tonight too, and that's NXT takeover. It's taking over.
Yeah.
So, can we both agree that the match wasn't the greatest?
No, yeah, it was not the greatest that they've had. That's for sure. And
the Bellas get the win too, and I don't think they've won in quite some time, and still no NXT diva NXT woman wrestler excuse me, has lost yet. I think
Yes,
Tamina got the
on
loss.
SmackDown, who was it? Becky Lynch or Charlotte lost to Nikki.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Yes, on SmackDown, Charlotte lost to Nikki in a tag match.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to really count that, I guess, but I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could. So yeah, they did announce on the show though that we will get the big 9-woman match with Team Bad versus Team Bella versus Team what is their name?
PCB or
Oh,
something.
yeah, Team PCB, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PCB,
B, not D.
whatever their names are. With
And it's an
Paige and
elimination match.
Charlotte. Well, oh, yeah, it's an elimination match as well. So that should be interesting. I'm wondering, they kind of foreshadowed maybe with Becky Lynch and Charlotte kind of standing in the ring together at the end of the night, or at the end of the little brawl they had at the after the match. So maybe they're kind of foreshadowing it because
It seems like they're stalling with the Divas Championship match. I think they're stalling for Nikki to break the record.
That's what it looks like.
or maybe getting really close to it.
Because at least Night of Champions. She beat her, or was it Survivor Series? I thought it was Night of Champions.
She was at like 261 last night, so she's got 3 months to go. Because she needs to go to 295. Actually, a month, I'm sorry. I can't count, shit.
So yeah.
Okay, so it'll be Night of Champions. So she can lose it the same night, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Who will? I think it's gonna be either Sasha or Charlotte. I don't think, even though Becky Lynch is good and she's fantastic in the ring, I just think right now it's Sasha and Charlotte for the taking. And
I think it should be a 4-way.
I mean, it could end up being that way.
Yeah, who knows?
With Banks, or with Becky, but with the other two, or I usually be a triple threat, never mind. But yeah, they make it like a triple threat, and she loses the title somehow or something. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, it'll be kind of cool. See what happens with that. I really hope they get rid of that title, but still.
Because, all right, speaking of NXT as well, NXT is sold out for the Takeover pay-per-view that is going to be the night before SummerSlam, where they announced that Finn Balor will face Kevin Owens in a ladder match, and Charlotte will also take on Bayley for the women's title, NXT women's title, which I do think.
Sasha.
Who did I say? Charlotte?
Charlotte.
I'm sorry.
Bayley.
Sasha Banks. I'm so sorry. I do think.
Sorry. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
I do think Sasha Banks loses.
Well, I know Bayley and Charlotte are actually fighting tomorrow on NXT on the network, so that's probably what you meant.
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, it'll be good. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very big spoiler alert. Because I think it is for the #1 contenders match, I believe. So my bad.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, well.
My bad.
Well, it's not, they already announced it. It's already announced that it's going to be Bayley and
Yeah,
Sasha,
so it's not really that much of a spoiler alert. So
yeah, it's out there.
WWE Network is free this month of fucking game. So
No, I don't think it's free this one. I think it's free if you sign up.
Oh,
You get
okay.
a free month. They haven't been doing the whole where August is free for anybody who signs up. Well, I guess it would be free anyway, but they're saying you get the whole month free if you sign up now. So I guess isn't it the same thing?
Yeah.
It's been that way for since like WrestleMania, I think.
I think they've had maybe 1 month where it's not been free. But yes, it's pretty much it's free again. So if I was you guys and if NXT does not come
advantage of it. I mean,
yeah, if NXT does not come into your neck of the woods at any time soon, I would definitely order or just get the network just for this, SummerSlam and take over. If you're not a big, wrestling fanatic, that is, of course, then you'll really enjoy.
You want to get the network anyway if you're not a big wrestling fanatic.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. People still pay $65 for a pay-per-view versus almost $10 for. I mean, it's just stupid.
Right. I guess it all depends on what kind of situation that you're in. I mean, you may not
How
have.
in a situation where you pay $60 instead of
Well, some people may
don't have internet or something. Maybe.
Well, maybe they have internet. Maybe people don't have a computer that's reliable. Maybe they don't have the strongest internet. All
If
things.
you don't have the internet, you need to come live in the 21st century.
Right. I mean, some people don't. Some people don't think it's a necessary thing to have. So I mean,
but you gotta know somebody. You know,
right.
I have people who don't have that who come over to my house to watch it.
And then your phone too. I mean,
Yeah, there's your phone. There's an app. I mean, there's everything that you can usually get into. But I mean, they're really pushing it. So I mean, I just for NXT and SummerSlam pay-per-views, I would definitely just get it for this month. But we're going on and on again. Let's go on to the third match of the night, which was
New Day versus Los Matadores.
New Day was great again. If anybody has
pretty badass.
If you have not heard Jericho's podcast with New Day on it, I would definitely highly suggest you listen to it. It gives you a nice little information of how they came up with the name. Now, some of the names that they almost had, which were quite ridiculous, where they came up from, how Kofi lost his Jamaican accent, just a lot of interesting stuff. So I would definitely, and they're just as hilarious as they are on TV. So I would definitely check that out if you can. But anyways, New Day does end up picking up the win. They go to the back and get interviewed by Renee Young, which then Renee Young announces that there will be a title match at SummerSlam. New Day taking on the Pride and Time Players. And then she announced also that Los Matadores will be in it, and that Lucha Dragons will also be in it, which I don't mind.
Did I say the Ascension or just them?
They did not mention the Ascension, so.
No, but they know New Day was saying, well, why don't you add in LOD? Why don't you add in all them people? That's pretty funny. They started.
Yeah, they. I like how they kept it positive. You know, they're all about positivity, and they kept it positive, even though they added 3 more groups into the match. They kept it positive, and it's crazy how, like, when they first came out, everybody hated their gimmick.
Yep.
And now they're one of the most popular, to me. I mean, I could be wrong. One of the most popular gimmick and tag teams in the WWE right now.
Their entrance alone is badass. Just they're clapping when they're coming down to the ring.
They're dancing. They're just funny. I mean, they're just having a good time, and they're killing it right now. Dave, your thoughts?
First they turned them heel, but when they had them trying these faces, it just didn't work. You know, it was like, what are they doing? This is stupid. But once they finally turned them heel, it just clicked and worked a lot better.
I agree. Next, we may not go in order. We'll just kind of jump around.
Cesaro.
Okay, we'll go with the triple threat match. Owen, Cesaro, and Randy Orton for the right to face Seth Rollins later on in the night for the world title. I thought this match was really good. I mean, I guess I would rather have had, in my opinion, I know we weren't going to get Owens, so it would have been nice to see maybe Cesaro win and then have Kevin Owens cost them the match to maybe lead up to a match with them two at SummerSlam. But we didn't get that. We got Randy Orton winning the match. I did like the sequence at the end of the match where
RKOs.
Yeah, he does he tries to go for the powerbomb on Cesaro, which Cesaro reverses. Randy Orton catches the RKO. Catches the RKO on Owens. Cesaro kind of comes after Randy Orton, and Randy Orton does another RKO out of nowhere and picks up the victory. I'll hand it to Dave. He did kind of call that match that Randy Orton would win. I mean, if anything, you know, they kind of kept Owens safe by not getting him to be the guy that got pinned.
That too. I mean, look, the match was great. It was fun to watch. I mean, it went for about like 25 minutes plus. I mean, very entertaining. I would love to see Cesaro or Owens win, but 4-1. I mean, the credit to the WWE, they were probably trying to play it safe in case. We still don't know if Cena's going to be able to wrestle for sure. We'll find out, I'm sure, Monday what's going to happen. So for SummerSlam. But, I mean, they were playing it safe just in case, I think, where they would have thrown in Orton at SummerSlam, maybe Sheamus too for a triple threat. So that's what they were basically just taking the 2 guys that they trust. So, I mean, it is what it is. The match is great.
Your quick thoughts, Justin, before I say something?
Oh, No, yeah, it was very good. It was fast paced. You know, they for the amount they were given, they did pretty excellent. Excellent. And then again, we saw some skills by Kevin Owens from that dive he did to the outside. So I mean, that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that cannonball jump was off.
Yeah, exactly.
They still did the whole. It's like a buzz. Like really.
And then, if anything, what this match did was just basically tease the Sheamus cash in at the end of the night whenever Orton, you know, screwed that up, whenever he screwed Orton. But that's pretty much what that match did, was set that up to tease the cash in later on in the night.
Right, and to touch on John Cena before we get to the tough enough stuff and all that. I really do find it weird that they have not really kind of clarified that this match is going to happen yet. Usually, you know, you see a challenge, and then you know the next night or you know next day, WWE kind of posts up that it's going to happen, and they haven't really mentioned it. Triple H did mention on the show that John Cena's 50. He's 50-50 on even John Cena for wrestling tonight, or wrestling at SummerSlam. And if I'm the WWE, to be honest with you, I would not have John Cena wrestle at SummerSlam.
I agree.
He may have looked good tonight, but I mean, makeup does wonders. We don't know if those black eyes are still there. We don't know how exactly the nose really does look. I mean, to me, he had heavy makeup on to cover
on it, whatever.
Yeah, to cover up whatever damage that is noticeable, in my opinion. I would not have him wrestle unless he is 100% cleared by doctors and he wears like the most protective mask God has ever made. Because one little slip up, I mean, a turnbuckle hit, you know, a body slam that he doesn't take correctly, a clothesline, you know, something like that could just re-aggravate that injury. And
yeah, being 2 weeks removed, there's no way he's healed like that, the way they're saying.
Exactly. Like the dude had a fractured nose.
It's been weeks since he's had surgery. Like weeks. I mean, it hasn't been that long.
Right, and I know they want to make this WrestleMania Junior, and they're all about making this a huge pay-per-view. You know, why not make the match and maybe have, you know, Rollins take him out or something during the pay-per-view, and then we get a surprise match or something, you know, something like that, because I don't think it would be a good idea. I mean, how bad would it look on Rollins if he lost to a guy that is not 100%? I mean, they're already.
Maybe that'd be a perfect. I'm just saying, healthy, or even if it was have Rollins beat him. But they could. I honestly think, like I told you earlier, the best thing we can do is just to have that triple threat match, like the talk has been rumored to going around. Because do you think we really want to see Sheamus versus Orton 1-on-1? I don't think they do.
I mean, as much as I.
Cena versus Rollins at Night of Champions.
You know, and maybe you do have Seth win. And then he gets gets cashed in by Sheamus, but yeah, you still have Rollins with the U.S. title.
Yep.
No, maybe that'll work. But I mean, if I know WWE wants to make money, and I know they want to get more subscribers, and I know they want to make this pay-per-view huge, but it's not the main event, so it's not really costing them to me very much. And if they don't,
they don't need Cena.
They don't. They
really do not.
They already have a set main event, and. Do you really think that they're going to have a cash in that night to overshadow the main event? I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, if anything would happen, maybe the next night on Raw.
They just say Raw sold out too.
Yeah, so I mean, they're going to try to make Raw as big as they can the following night. I know Undertaker's supposed to be on the show as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why waste a possible maybe re-injury to one of your biggest draws, to whatever your biggest names, whatever you want to call him, and possibly maybe knock him out for longer. Maybe, you know, he's going to have to get more serious nose surgery. Because there's no way in hell that you get a fractured nose from 3 weeks ago and then you're ready to go into a wrestling match.
And then if anything, this is going to add to he comes back from injury early. This will be another deal where he comes back weeks early or months early or what have you.
Right. So I don't want to go on too much about it. Just, you know, he was on the show tonight, and a lot of things were like, he looks good, and And then he even kind of teased with Daniel Bryan, do you want to see a match at SummerSlam? Of course, Daniel Bryan did the whole gimmick yes stuff. Nothing came out of his mouth. You know, nothing said, I'm going to wrestle at SummerSlam. So,
yeah, well, yeah, that's true to the point where I think they want to leave it open. They might even wait till SummerSlam and they'll say, okay, Cena can't go. You know, because they don't want to lose those subscribers. They want people to still think Cena's probably going to do it.
right. So, that's here nor there. Randy Orton picks up the win, and he will be facing Rollins later on tonight in the main event. So let's get to Miz TV, which I think was a kind of a waste of opportunity with Daniel Bryan. They haven't come out. He kind of repped his book. I know they were in Seattle, so I guess that kind of makes
sense. Up to the home crowd, basically.
Yeah, you know, it makes sense to have him on the show at least because they're in his hometown. So
yeah, I enjoyed
so I can't really dog it too much. I just think it was kind of a missed opportunity. Maybe he could have said, I would have loved it if they would have said, you know, go out there and announce when you're going to return.
That's what I was expecting at first, but
so I mean that would have been nice, but kinds of plugs in his book and stuff like that. Big Show interrupts, threatens the Miz, kind of, you know, the crowd's getting to him, telling him to retire. So he's telling someone, you know, there's nobody here that can make me retire.
Then Big Show comes out. Then
we get the long-awaited return of Ryback. Ryback finally returns to Raw after his crazy staph infection that was pretty damn serious. I mean, it looked bad. Which, I mean, they canceled the match for it, which we're finally going to get that SummerSlam this next Sunday with
the triple threat finally.
With the Ryback, Big Show, and the Miz. So, I mean, that should be.
I'm looking forward to this match. I mean, just because I finally want to see the IC title on the line. I mean, it's one of my favorite titles with the WWE other than the main one. But yeah, I'd like to see the title actually get defended.
Right, and I mean, and to Ryback's credit, he got a nice little pop.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, he's definitely over with the crowd. It's just, can he get over with the crowd in the ring? And, I mean, I guess we'll find out next week, next Sunday. Maybe he has a match on Raw.
He's not going to have Daniel Bryan there, so it's going to be tough.
Right. Yeah, that is true. So, we had the whole Miz TV segment, which then we got Ambrose taking on Harper in a singles match, which I thought was okay. You know, you had Bray Wyatt at ringside along with Roman Reigns. Speaking of Roman Reigns, he was hit with a Money in the Bank briefcase over the weekend at a house show in Canada. Which, I mean, if you're going to waste your money on that, why would you do that? That's so stupid. Not even on, I'm sure the Money in the Bank briefcase itself probably cost more than the ticket to get into the event. Because it was a live show.
We looked it up online. It's like $80, and it's almost at least $20 or $30 more than a live event to buy it there.
Right. So I mean,
it's like close to $100 to spend on that thing. If you're gonna throw it at a guy because you don't like him, you want to
even let it by the deal. I mean, how
I heard he was knocked out here and possibly like knocked around, at least knocked around a little bit. Where it was like one of those things like, wow, did that really just happen? I mean. That's just crazy that some idiot would do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's stupid, waste of your money. I mean, yes, you don't like Roman Reigns, fine, don't like him. You don't have to go out there and try to hurt the man. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this guy has a family. He wrestles because he makes a living off of it, and then you're going to try to, you know, possibly hurt the man by throwing a briefcase at his head. I mean, that's just a waste of you're banned now. You're banned from going to any WWE event.
Yep.
So, was it really worth it, my friend? I don't think it was. But anyways.
I heard that last night they actually, before Raw, they actually spoke to the crowd and said, please do not throw anything at the wrestler.
I mean, you should already know that. I mean, certain times, yeah, like, you know, like when Justin and I mean, I don't even know why I'm mentioning this fucking company.
Yeah.
When we went to TNA to Lockdown, when Bully Ray revealed himself as one of the aces and eights, how long ago it was, you know, fans started throwing trash. And I thought that was an appropriate time to throw it. I mean, plus they had a cage up in the way, so
Yeah.
it was blocking anything that was going into the ring. But
I think they wanted it to happen that way, though.
right, that too. I mean, I'm sure they did. I mean,
Like when Hogan turned heel and put NWO. That's
How
another one.
it's, you know, us all growing up watching WCW, I believe Justin watched them too, I'm not sure. But, I mean, we remember the Hogan Bash at the Beach thing, which that scene, but that's a different time because it seems so much realer to a lot of people. Hogan turned his back, and people were throwing batteries and garbage in the ring at that pay-per-view.
exactly. When Hogan turned his back on the fans, it literally broke people's hearts.
Exactly. Yeah, that was.
They didn't see it coming. There wasn't, WrestleZone and PW Mania and
That's what was so good about back then. There was no spoilers. I mean,
there's no Twitter.com. There was no all this spoiling crap to ruin a pay-per-view or ruin a Raw or a SmackDown. So back then, the surprises were legit surprises. I mean, seeing Nash and Hall and Nitro, like, what the fuck? They were just on Raw the other day or whatever, and then seeing, all these guys switching back and forth. It was new and it wasn't like expected now, where you've heard about Sting being at SummerSlam. Well, now he's probably not, but being at SummerSlam like 2 or 3 months before SummerSlam was even in
what the hell?
So to me, I mean, people or the spoilers kind of hurt the fans because I'm sure WWE sees this, and it's lacking the element of a surprise. The last time I was legitimately surprised, and it was not even really a surprise because people kind of hinted at he was being there, was Brock Lesnar when at the Miami Raw.
That was crazy.
When he showed up.
Even Sting, we even heard rumors of Sting showing up at Survivor Series last year, and the whole showed up. It's like you hear everything now. Nothing, you're never surprised about anything anymore.
Right. The only thing that you can be legitimately surprised about is if someone wins a match that you don't expect to win.
I didn't expect Ryback to be there last night. I mean, I was just, Ryback's there. Wow.
That was a nice surprise. I mean, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, but like Daniel Bryan, like I was seeing Daniel Bryan's backstage at Raw like 4 hours before Raw starts. I mean, like let us be surprised.
All over Twitter that Daniel Bryan's at Raw.
Let us be surprised. And sometimes WWE is their own worst enemy. They'll pitch
they do it themselves
on Instagram or like
Like that one thing a couple of years ago was Kofi Kingston won the Intercontinental title on a house show, so they spoilers just posted it online.
Right, or like the
I know it was like a Raw. I think that was taped or something.
I think WWE learned their lessons with the periscoping. Like with the Tokyo thing, they started periscoping before. I guess they forgot that there's a 10-second delay or a 7-second delay on Periscope, where they're showing it live and they show Balor win, and then 15 seconds later you see it on your TV.
Yeah,
it just ruined the moment for you. But we're going off tangent. But
I wasn't sure if I was behind. I remember that. Yeah, I was like, wait, am I behind?
What just happened here?
I thought maybe I was behind at first, but yeah, I remember that.
It's just,
I looked down there and Triple H like, oh, now they won. Like, oh, it did.
And I remember that. People can easily say stay off Twitter, stuff like that. But you don't get it that on my phone, at least, I get notifications sometimes when on different tweets that certain people tweeted. I don't understand. I get certain notifications like that, and
then it ruins it.
Yeah, sometimes you can't help to look at your Twitter page. I mean, yeah, sure, you can stay off the internet if you'd like that whole day, but I'm not going to sacrifice myself for, or unfollow them. I guess you could do that too, but
yeah, just don't have the notifications to your phone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish spoilers were gone with, because the lack of surprise and element of that stuff is over with.
Long gone.
Right. And not to mention this company again, I really hate to do it because I don't watch them anymore. It's TNA. With this whole Global Force, interaction, it would have been nice to have it where nobody knew about it 2 or 3 months ahead of time, and not know outcomes and not know, matches and stuff like that. It'd be a lot better that way. Now it's just yeah.
But yeah, that free taped live show, we used stuff. we knew everything was happening like almost an hour before the show even started. Oh, Jeff Jarrett's there. Oh, Jeff Jarrett's on Twitter. Pictures of Jeff Jarrett on Twitter. Impact Dog. You know, he's so much for a surprise. And we talked about it. And you did tell me, like, if this would have been live, no one would have ever saw Jeff Jarrett showing up on Impact. No one would have ever saw that. And that would have blown people away. Like, wow, Jeff Jarrett's there? And it's live. So, I mean, stupid.
Yeah, so.
But that's TNA for you.
Right. So let's get on to this match with Harper and Ambrose. Wasn't the best match of the two they've ever had.
The whole Raw was kind of eh. I mean, it was good.
Raw itself wasn't the greatest. I mean, it had its moments, but if you want to compare Raw to the last couple of weeks, it was probably one of their down shows, and it wasn't that horrible either.
I didn't mean to go off whatever, but yeah.
Oh no. That's your opinion, and I agree with you. It wasn't the greatest Raw, but it wasn't trash.
No, yeah,
but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't, as good as the Raws we've seen in the past couple of weeks. I mean, sure, maybe Lesnar and Taker, and the whole.
It wasn't nothing like Rock's birthday party.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True. So we'll go with Justin first. What did you think of the Harper and Ambrose match? And my question is, who turns heel, Reigns or Ambrose at SummerSlam?
Well, to answer the question first, I think Ambrose does. I don't see them turning Roman Reigns heel right now. I can't see it. So yeah, I'm saying Ambrose will turn heel, which he himself needs a change. So that's because I think what's going to happen with that. The match, it was pretty good for the time they were given. I mean, they both had their moments, had their spots in the match, so where they did good. Sometimes they didn't do as good, but I mean, for what it was okay. Pretty much.
Dave?
I didn't know. Is that actually a thing that's supposed to happen, I guess?
What was that?
Is that a thing that's supposed to happen where those two are supposed to turn heel?
No, I just think it's going to happen.
Oh.
I just think it's going to happen.
So for the match itself, really quick, I mean, I couldn't really get into it. It was like, we've seen it before. We've seen it a lot before. So it was just like one of those things like, okay, I guess let's just do this. I mean, it was nothing spectacular. Right. I mean, the most entertaining part of it is when Bray takes fire in the seat. That's the most entertaining part about it. But, I mean, for the heel, I mean, Ambrose needs to be heel more than anything because his character is so blah. But, honestly, it would help Reigns a lot right now to turn heel, too. So, both guys can do it. But to see Ambrose get screwed over again by his friend turning on him, I mean, it would just be like... Ambrose just looks like he's a heel.
Right. It just, to me, it's just...
Roman could really use it, though.
With this whole, friendship and best buds and stuff like that, to me, is just setting up for, like, a heel turn.
Yeah, because he has that kind of that Piper and Brian Pillman type guy inside him where he would be a perfect heel.
Right.
But I just think Roman should really use a heel turn because that would really help his character.
Well, if you turn...
Ambrose is over. Roman, it's kind of iffy where you're at. I mean, people like him, people hate him. You never know what kind of reaction he's going to get.
Right.
Ambrose, he's already over. Another perfect example of a guy who they don't see as a top guy with the fans do. Ambrose is over. People love him. Roman, not so much. So maybe if he hated like Rollins, it would work. People are still cheering at Rollins. You sold out. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
That was another point about tonight. I mean, you sold out. We've been over this. I mean, it was really one of the greatest things ever. It's like, it's been over a year and we're still cheering at Rollins. I mean, that is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think Roman was perfect for it, but we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting.
All right.
Do they join the Wyatt family, or do they just?
I think he just turns heel. I just think he's just playing. I just think he turns heel.
What do you think, Tony?
Excuse me. I thought the match was all right. Kind of in the same boat with you, as in been there, done that kind of thing. But I do think Dean Ambrose is going to turn heel. and he will still be over and he'll still be cheered. So I mean, I don't even think it'll hurt his character at all. He's definitely the type of guy that is the most like a um, Piper, to
Or
where he should
Roman.
turn, yeah, or where he could turn heel and nobody really is gonna say anything, or he's not gonna get tremendously booed unless he like takes out someone. So other than that, I mean, I think Ambrose.
Do you think Ambrose would be the better? But do you think that people, fans or the IWC would say, "Oh look, Ambrose turned on Roman, so they're just trying to get Roman to get more people like him"?
If Ambrose turns heel, I'm sorry, Reigns turns heel, you know he's gonna be liked, in my opinion. So, because that's what they do. The heels always, the fans always go for the heels in most instances.
I mean, it would be like the Cena kind of dynamic where Cena will never turn heel, but they're gonna give you Roman what he possibly could. I mean, it would probably work better just because the story they're working, he's doing it for his personal with Wyatt, and then I guess if they do that route, I mean, it would work, I guess, with Ambrose if he could do it. But it just seems like it's not needed for Ambrose, really, or like it is Roman, I think. Because Roman's trying to come out as a superhero, and to me, it's not really working for him.
Right. So we got that, and don't forget we get the tag match at SummerSlam. But speaking of superheroes, we had Stephen Amell at ringside for Raw. He was a special guest. Not sure if he was like the a guest
Host
or whatever. I think he was just a
ringside
guest. Oh, actually, he was kind of like, I liked how it was. Like he was a fan at Raw. Yeah. So
the Renee Young interview was awesome that they just showed on Facebook, where she's like, "Well, most of our guests sit in the back." He's like, "Well, I don't sit in the back. I'm a fan. I want to watch this. That triple threat match was awesome."
Yeah.
So it's just for all the other guests. So, if he, like you said, earlier we said it on there, but you said it other stuff. Well, he was at the shit he was watching back in the '80s when he grew up watching wrestling.
right, and to get to this little to keep a long story short, it was Neville versus Barrett, and what was that, Justin? I'm sorry.
Boss match.
Right, and Neville gets to win. Stardust comes out at the end, kind of I guess attacks Neville, goes up to Stephen Amell, stares in his face.